word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth.
Okay, and good.
It's still, hey, you're good. So word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth. Amal, how are you? Okay, so someone loves your service, someone loves the property, love. Generally, the way it used to be done, face to face, let someone know about a property, let someone know about a real estate agent. But it's still being done more than ever, but it's being done in a slightly different fashion, because we just did a deal over, what's today, on Saturday. On Monday, we just did a deal. And when we did the deal, it was like, shit, it's still old-fashioned referring, but it's done in a different way. Talk to us, Michael.
Yeah, so let's go back to how it used to be. Let's just say, I reckon social media is the new newspaper. So let's, and your sort of letterbox drop. So let's talk how, if you saw a paper in your Manly Daily or your local paper the other day, let's say you had a barbecue on Saturday and you're with friends and they're saying, I'm looking to buy a property. And as you do, you're casually looking through the paper and you see a house and you're like, well, that's perfect for them. Like, let's think how you would have had to do that before. You probably had to take a photo of it, or even before then, before the camera phone, you probably have to rip it out or put a Post-it note on it, leave the newspaper on your kitchen bench, and or physically go over to their house, or put in your mind going, I'm going to see them on Tuesday. I'm going to take this paper with me and say, this property is good for you. Like, it wasn't
ring your buddy and just tell them ring them on the wireless, or sorry, ring them on the telephone and say, hey, look, I've just seen something in the newspaper. I've just driven past this signboard. I think you may like it.
Yeah. And then if they don't have the newspaper, they're like, oh, well, I don't have a computer. So it's that's how it was done, word of mouth. But now, like, that deal in Freshwater you were talking about, wow, talk about how times have changed, how much easier it is. So basically, a Facebook tag, an Instagram tag is basically the new phone call, or the new taking a photo of that, sending it to a buddy, calling them up saying you may like this property. What happened was Lisa posted a property online. Someone
actually, can I take it a couple of steps back?
Sure, you run with it.
So Lisa was getting a coffee in Neutral Bay, and another agent came up to her and said, are you Lisa Novak? She says, yeah. She goes, I love what you do on social media. Good on you. You're a champion. And Lisa told me about it and asked for a photo. She goes, can I get a photo? I want to put on my social media. And then you sort of scratch your head and you think, oh, that's great. But, you know, how does this actually, you know, work, or what are the benefits for other agents? You know, like, it's a positive experience, you know, patting someone on the back, you know, it's great. It's good, you know, like that. But Lisa was like, you know, what a legend, what a nice lady. And we're thinking to ourselves, we've got, you know, this network of friends, family, real estate agents and people, but how does that actually benefit our clients? Yeah. And then that obviously they've kept in touch, they know each other. And then Michael,
so then the property post went online. That agent, as they have been following Lisa, saw a property, but obviously in the background, that agent's been at a barbecue with a friend, and a friend said, I'm looking to buy in Freshwater. And before you know it, house on the market, Facebook, property to sell in Freshwater. That agent tagged their friend in the post. Their friend then private messaged Lisa, went through the property, loved it, offer accepted, exchanged.
done.
So that, like, done. And it's like, that just shows the power of that referral, how quick it is, how instant it is, and that network of friends, family, agents, brokers, how powerful it is. And just probably how quick and easy it is as well.
And, you know, when I thought about it, I thought, you know what, that's still good old-fashioned real estate. That's still, you know, you've seen something, you know your friend's looking, you tell your friend about it. It's still old-fashioned. It's still an old-fashioned method, but it's done in a new-fashioned way. So, yes. You know, you think to yourself, and that's the thing, you know, Lisa went into this, this client's property, and all agents, the client had a dream price, and the client met 5 agents and had, a lot more than an agent met 30, 40, 50 agents, had about 5 agents through their property. And Lisa came along and said, look, I've got this weapon of a network on social. So I know, and every other strategy of every other agent was give me 15 grand, give me 15 grand, give me 15 grand, give me 15 grand. Lisa's strategy was the same, but that was her plan B.
Yeah.
Her plan A was, before we do the plan B, let's go out to my animal network and see if there's anyone out there that wants to buy. So the owner had a dream price in their mind and said, mate, if you can get this price with your plan A, and I don't have to come up with 15 grand, 4 weeks of my life, and Octane, 14 open, how many open houses would you do there? 6, 8 open houses, 20 or 30 showings. If you can get that price, boom. And then good old-fashioned tagging, old-fashioned word of mouth done by tagging. And guys, just so you don't know what tagging actually is, because when I was told, how did you get the buyer? And I was told the buyer was tagged. I was like, sounds like
playing a game of footy. Tag.
Yeah, it sounds like or sounds like a cow getting tagged. So what tagging is you'll see a post and you'll just simply in the comments write your friend's name.
Yes.
So, you'll see a post and you'll go, oh yeah, that's good for Mark Novak, and you'll write in the comments, Mark Novak. So then in the comments it has your name because you're the person that wrote the tag, and then it has in the comment itself, Mark Novak. And then that person will actually see them tagged in that post and take interest towards that post because their friend tagged them in that post.
Yeah,
and
just like Luke said, they know them, they like them, they trust them. It goes with the agent, but it also goes with who tagged them in it. So I think when someone tags you,
that's a big call. That's absolute. That's a really good call.
There's almost that level of when someone tags you, it's almost done by someone you trust, and you also come with that assumption that they've like validated what they're tagging you in. For example, if it's like a funny meme and your mate's tagged you in it, I'll watch that video or meme because I'm assuming he's watched it and it's funny. So I'll watch it rather than something that hasn't been referred by a friend. And I think that goes, and I know that goes with property as well. If there's 2 houses that are going through the feed, and I've been tagged by a friend who knows what I'm looking for or what I like, I'm going to go to that one first over a post which there's no relationship or there's no tag or anything there. So I think it's big being tagged. Don't underestimate it, and don't underestimate tagging.
Yeah, it's true, because you know what? I would be angry if a random tagged me on something disgusting.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? One, what right do you have to use my name and associate it with something like that? And 2, who are you? So you're absolutely right that tagging someone's name is quite
personal.
It's a personal thing. You got to be trusted. That person that's tagging you in has to be a trusted person by you. And then there is some sort of interest in there. So look, innocently, I'm talking to School of Hard Knocks business tagging properties, but reality is it's used for anything. Hey,
yeah, 100%. So I think there's a lot of things. Good morning, Todd. Thanks for joining. I think there's a lot of things which were like what you said, just good old fashioned referring a friend, but in a new way. I think that stems through a lot of business these days. A lot of the stuff we do, it's not reinventing the wheel as in the basics of it, but in a new way. And I think that's really powerful as well. So I think, how can we make it better? How could you make tagging next level?
It's like a wheel. You're not changing the shape of the wheel. You're just making the wheel spin quicker. And that's what I find that, particularly social media, instant media is actually doing. Like, for instance, friend of mine, Veldanelovich, every time he sees something hairy on Facebook, as in like a lot of back hair, chest hair, beard hair, he will actually write my name in there for whatever reason. And so I get 3 or 4 hair tags a week. Not this hair, it's more body hair. But it can be used for anything. How can we make it better? How can we make it better?
So I reckon like there could be even like your sort of your top, because there's agents watching, so how can they utilize it? I'm a big believer in also tagging clients or friends in other agents' properties.
Well, that was done by this lady. This lady was a real estate agent in Neutral Bay, and she tagged. She saw Lisa's post. She was following Lisa, and she tagged her mate. But I think first of all, agents have to treat this much more seriously. So if you get if you've got a property up and a friend gets tagged on it, I think you should thank the person, because that is a serious leg up. Like, we just got a client $3 million with zero marketing and done within a couple of days of being on the market. Like, this is fucking serious.
Like, I reckon exactly right. Like, I've got a lot on Marketplace. I'm getting a lot of tags, and I don't think that's enough. I think a thank you, like moving forward. Thank you, and maybe in a private message saying appreciate you referring a friend. Let me know if there's anything I can help. Boom. There's 2 changes I'm going to make moving forward. And on the I reckon you're 100% right, because you don't know what that can lead. And at the end of the day, if you get recognition of someone tagging you, you're more likely to tag more people. Like, we all know this is a people business, and if you've got an agent that shows any appreciation that you've tagged them, and you're gonna tag more people. It's just like when you like and comment someone's stuff, if they say thanks or if they don't think. Gary Vaynerchuk, he said that on one of his things the other day, that like people and thank them for their comments. Make it, I just got an Insta comment, make it personal, relevant, and timely. All communication are about hitting them up, the right person, the right message, in the right place, right time, 100%. So that just relates to consistency as well. Your properties, I think, I was having a bit of a think the other day, and I find Lisa does it really well. And what I want to start doing more of, if I said to you, you had to post a property 4 times online within a few days for it to even register, then the penny would drop. I find myself included, I post a property and then I just expect it, like, then that's it. But I think the reality is, posting the one property 5 or 6 times, you don't call one fucking buyer and expect them to buy it. So
no, that's exactly right, and that's going on in your mind. You've seen it 4 times because you've posted it 4 times, but the rest of the world has not. You know, like, if you guys want to see a phenomenal direction about where business is going, best kept secret, Steve Carroll. At the Shangri-La, we did a live No-Back News with him on Monday night. Mate, the stuff that was coming out of Steve's mouth was absolutely mind-blowing about this sort of stuff. Like, but, you know, what I'm saying about good old-fashioned, and what we're talking about this morning is good old-fashioned, doing good old-fashioned business. It pretty much everything that he spoke about was mind-blowing. But it was old-fashioned methods done better.
100%. And even Todd said he tagged you in a Kerry Packer video last night, Mark.
I saw it. I love that video, and thanks for that. I like that. That video that Todd is probably the best piece of media on YouTube that I've ever watched, and it's Kerry Packer being investigated by the Royal Commission for tax evasion, and this guy is just pure genius, and it's a great legacy for the late Kerry Packer, but for Australian business and how business should be done. Pretty cool. Thanks for that, Todd. But again,
more businesses. I think also, I reckon a big thing we've touched on, which I didn't think we were going to, but we never know really where we're going to go with these, is the social media etiquette. And like that, someone tags, post, then send them a message. I think there's a whole new path, which there is no book on it, because all this social media terrain is all new for everyone, and so many people still aren't doing it. So I think that's a big thing we can focus on as well. Just like clients on our database, you'll keep in contact with them. You do all that other stuff. I think there's a big thing that we need to monitor how we appreciate and the etiquette of social media when people are tagging, likes.
And
I can also,
and you know what else good etiquette is? Being timely. Being timely is good etiquette. It's good old-fashioned etiquette in a new media, and that's just what you said. It's basically when acknowledging someone immediately is much more better etiquette than acknowledging someone 6 hours later or the next day.
so that joined. He found Facebook. What a good man.
Steve Bubbelow. He wouldn't be awake now, would he?
Oh, you have Facebook steps? You're a good man.
Bubelow's got his Steve. And on his, we've got Warriewood royalty just joined us, Stephen Bubbelow. Stephen, he has a street named after him called Bubbelow Boulevard, Bubbelow Street in Warriewood there. So we're blessed to have you on here. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. But that's, particularly because we're talking about old fashioned. So and
Steph's is old as well. So
yeah, he's a pretty old fashioned style of guy. But I do have to say he's the biggest gentleman in the industry. Right. But going back to what I was saying, Michael, like being sprightly, being right on inquiries. So I know that the people in our business that are the most successful in our business are the people that are on it. There's no delay. You ring, they answer. You email, they answer. You online chat, they answer. You Facebook, they answer. You Insta, they answer. And that's an old-fashioned service done with new media.
Like, holy shit, look at it.
Where we're going with.
Look at these days. There's so many channels. I think back in your day, your inbound was a landline, and then it progressed to a mobile. These days we have WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn. There's WeChat. There's probably about 10 channels that we're getting contacted in, and you've got to treat them all the same. It's that same getting an email these days is not like I'll respond within 24 hours. I send an email, I expect a response the exact same as I send an SMS, as I make a phone call. I'm just to do that.
You know what? We got 50 people in our office. We've got a staff of 50. Monday and Tuesday is a busy day. I was having a look around our offices, and I reckon about 2/3 of the crew were on their mobiles.
Yep.
And I did a bit of mobile perving.
Yep.
As to is everyone just mucking around? And that's what you do. That's what I don't do it regularly, but I did yesterday. And the guys were doing good old fashioned service, but they were not doing it with a landline to their head. They were not doing it with a finger to a keyboard. Yep. They were doing it on their mobiles to customers. And I'm thinking, oh my God, half to 2/3 of our workforce in the office are looking down at their mobile phone, communicating with clients. It's an old-fashioned thing done in a new way.
Well, I almost like pro consulting. Great comment. Only I almost prefer just to use. There's many times I'm at my desk. I'm doing the emails from my device. I sort of like the format, because then I can bounce from LinkedIn to emails. I don't know. I just sort of like the phone more. So it's
you know what, the phone's snappier. So yes. I know switching, and it's really funny that when these phones, I know when the flicking and the switching and what it is, it's less friction than a keyboard, and it's less friction than maybe even a phone call, because you're doing so much of it. Oh, you just spun around.
I'll just wave into all the fans on Insta. Pro consulting.
Just waving there. You wave.
Anything else? I think that's
that's good. That's great. We got Mrs. Barbone that's joined us from Banter Group. How are you, legend? Look forward to seeing you. But mate, now that's good. Hopefully we helped everyone a little bit. You guys, you got our podcast. We've had over 1,000 downloads and plays on our brand new podcast. So that's going really, really well. Hopefully we're educating people there, helping people there. And this is stuff that you cannot find in the marketplace unless you physically sit opposite a real estate agent or you physically grab a real estate agent. So we wanted to make all this stuff available for you guys. So if you want to educate yourself in this area, particularly, I guess you can take this information nationally with most of the stuff we talk about, but we are very northern beaches of Sydney centric as well, and there's some good information that comes through on that.
And not only that, you got to sit in front of an agent, but you got to rely on they know their ass from their elbow. Let's face it. So it's
well, that's right. And I guess when you got the top three commercial agent in the country, Michael Bergio talking, and you've got I don't know how to give myself a rap, but I'll try.
You do good. So there's 1,000 agents. So the chances of getting in front of the top two is probably pretty slim. So the likelihood is anyone you sit in front of won't have as good information as me.
Very modest. Very modest. Very modest, Michael. Very modest.
So there's only two people. Anywho, no. And Mark, you do good as well. Who do you think I learnt it from?
Yeah, I learnt it from you. Thanks, Virg. They're just lucky to have such young energy that I can, as a 60-year-old, I can rely on you.
I know, look at that beard. There's more grey than colour. But anyway, you're growing it out.
All right, take it easy. See you.
Hey guys, thank you very much. See you tomorrow morning. Cheers.
Bye.